Hey everybody, Dr. Thomas Eugene Lewis from Fort Lewis Army Base is the only goddamn retired Army veteran who ever used a fucking military satellite on the United States, not just on the United States soil, but out in Washington, D.C. I don't think there's ever a case right now where the military used a military satellite for non-military purposes and pretty much spied on Washington, D.C. with the motherfucking military satellite. So Dr. Thomas Eugene Lewis is the first representing Fort Lewis Army Base to ever cyberstalk motherfucking Washington, D.C. with a motherfucking stolen military satellite that he stole off of Fort Lewis Army Base inside of his garage, which he's from Fort Lewis Army Base, representing them. So this is the first militant group, Fort Lewis Army Base, who's ever spied on the White House with a illegal military satellite, meaning that it was stolen for one, but it comes from Fort Lewis Army Base, and Dr. Thomas Eugene Lewis represents Fort Lewis Army Base. He's a retired Army veteran from there, but I think that he's the first to ever use a military satellite on the United States soil for one, as well as stalk Washington, D.C. with a motherfucking military satellite too that belongs to Fort Lewis Army Base. Shouldn't he die for that, everybody? Shouldn't he be considered a spying on Washington, D.C. in the state capitol with a fucking military satellite that belongs to Fort Lewis Army Base, but somehow ended up in his motherfucking garage for 4 years? So what's going on with the law in regards to that? Shouldn't he be killed for that? For spying on the White House with a military satellite that belongs to Fort Lewis Army Base, where he's from? How does he get away with that, everybody, where he can spy on the White House in Washington, D.C. with a fucking military satellite from inside of his garage that belongs to Fort Lewis Army Base? Can the investigators, somebody please explain that to me? All right, I'm gone.